Good morning. A warm welcome to all of you participating in this conference, International Conference on Exegesis and Hermeneutics, organized by the Pontifical Biblical Institute in collaboration with the Pontifical Gregorian University. This is going to be a very short function, 15 minutes, kind of an opening session. And we have here our rector, Professor Michael Kolarcik. He will welcome the group, and afterwards the coordinator, Professor Paul Béré, the coordinator of the organizing committee, will provide us with some kind of an overview of the conference and explain the dynamics of it. Before that, we shall begin with a short prayer. We turn to Psalm 119, verses 103 to 105. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through your precepts I get understanding. Therefore, I hate every false way. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. I now invite Professor Michael Kolarcik, SJ, the Rector of the Pontifical Biblical Institute, to welcome the group.
Thank you, Father Henry. So I do welcome you in the name of the Pontifical Biblical Institute and also the Pontifical Gregorian University to this conference. I welcome all the participants, all the speakers, some of whom have come from afar. This is a conference on exegesis and hermeneutics, searching for a nexus between history, theology, and culture's context. Some of you have come from afar. Some have had difficulty obtaining visas. Some are not here yet. So hopefully all will go well. The rector of the Gregorian University, Father Mark Lewis, is at another conference in Spain. And so he's not able to welcome you here. But we asked that we could have this conference in the Aula Magna, because the Aula Magna of the Biblical Institute would be a little too small for us. So again, I welcome all of you. I hope the presentations, the exchanges, even the free time that you'll have to speak with one another. I know many of you are making connections with your old friends and scholars. So welcome, and I hope this conference will really be a fruitful engagement of the Word of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Kolarcik. And now, Professor Paul Béré, the coordinator of the organizing committee, will talk to us about the conference and its dynamics.
Thank you. Dear friends, we are deeply honored that our colleagues have agreed to join us on a journey that began with the church documents Providentissimus Deus in 1893, contextualized with Divino Afflante Spiritu in 1943, and further updated with the interpretation of the Bible in the church in 1993. This year, 2023, offers an opportunity to pause and reflect. I would like to outline the key concerns that have motivated us to organize this conference on exegesis and hermeneutics, and specifically invite you to collaborate with us in exploring the interplay, the nexus, between history, theology, and culture/context as we strive to understand the meaning of the biblical text. 30 years ago, the Pontifical Biblical Commission's 1993 document remarked, quote, "In its recent course, exegesis has been challenged to some rethinking in the light of contemporary philosophical hermeneutics, which has stressed the involvement of the knowing subject in human understanding, especially as regards historical knowledge," end of quote. Exegetes around the world have made great strides in meeting the challenge raised by philosophical hermeneutics, with significant progress being made in the areas of exegesis and hermeneutics. While we should acknowledge these accomplishments, we must also listen to the diverse voices around the world that raise important questions about the knowing subject. In fact, the student body of the Pontifical Biblical Institute and the Pontifical Gregorian University consists of men and women from hundreds of different nationalities. On the 100th anniversary of the Pontifical Biblical Commission, Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger, who was the Commission's president, offered an analysis of the history of the relationship between the magisterium and exegetes. He observed that the 1993 document marked a historic shift because, quote, "The magisterium no longer imposes norms on the exegetes from above, but they themselves are the ones who determine the criteria that indicate the way for a fitting interpretation of this special book," end of quote. With this in mind, we believe that it is our duty as a specialized institute, together with our colleagues, to take up the call to make a step forward and indicate the way for a fitting interpretation of this special book, the Bible. We understand that one conference cannot provide all the answers, but we hope that it can start a process whereby we as exegetes can continue to explore ways to foster a deeper and inclusive understanding of the Bible. Specifically, we aim to address the challenges posed by hermeneutics, the need to consider the cultural and contextual diversity of the knowing subjects, and the importance of our collective responsibility as exegetes to establish criteria for a more inclusive interpretation of the Bible. The conference program consists of 4 sessions that will hopefully help us respect the otherness of the Bible and respect the interpreting subject's questions. The first session focuses on the Church's mandate to exegetes and our traditional methods of conducting exegesis. The remaining sessions will examine the interplay between the Bible, the biblical text, and different factors such as historical context, theology, and cultural perspectives. The last session will take us on a journey to different parts of the world to listen to the various biblical hermeneutics. as you will notice, biblical hermeneutics raises a good number of issues reflected in the themes that the papers will discuss. The conference is therefore meant to be, as I said, a starting moment of a long process. At the end of our conversation, hopefully, we will have drawn a map of where we are in our common endeavor to make meaning of the Bible, both for our personal understanding and for the benefit of our academic communities. A practical note, due to health reasons, Professor Philippe Lefebvre from Fribourg will not be joining us for the third session. He's sick and we will pray for his quick recovery. Let me end with this. May the discussions yield fruitful results to enhance our service to the Bible and our respective faith and academic communities. I thank you.